Question is that the total sum to be allocated to head W of the estimates be reduced by $100. Mr. Ang Wei Neng.
Chairman, I would like to declare my interest for being part of the CONFEDELGRO management team for the rest of my MOT cards. Singapore's public transport system has been ranked the best in the world in 2020 by consulting firm Oliver Wyman and the University of California, Berkeley. In 2018, McKinsey ranked the Singapore public transport system the second best in the world after Hong Kong. But our public transport fare is the most affordable in the world according to McKinsey. Many thanks to the public transport workers, MOT, LTA for making this possible. What is the cost of achieving the most affordable public transport in Singapore? $2 billion in operation subsidies a year, not including capital cost expenditure. The government is spending $60 billion this decade to expand and upgrade the MRT system in Singapore, and this is over and above the $2 billion operational subsidies. Is this sustainable? In evaluating public transport affordability, McKinsey considered the monthly cost of public transport relative to residents' income. That is, the methodology is not looking at the absolute cost of the public transport fare alone, but in relation to the income level of each city. Using this objective model, McKinsey concluded that public transport in Singapore is the most affordable in the world. However, public transport is a very sensitive topic. Very few people in Singapore will openly agree that the Singapore public transport fare is affordable. Most people will want public transport fare to be free. However, there's no free lunch. For bus operation, the capital cost is relatively low as compared to the train system. Earlier in the budget debate, I spoke on the need to revamp the bus route to be sustainable. For train operations, the most profitable train operator in the world is Hong Kong MTR, which uses a rail plus property model. Hong Kong government is a majority shareholder of MTR, and it gives land and development right to MTR at a greenfield price. That is the price of the land before the railway is built. MTR subsequently builds malls, offices, private residential houses around the MRT station and collect lucrative rent to subsidize the train operations. In Singapore, revenue from land sales are channeled to the government's reserve. No other major train operator in the world is making money. SMRT and Downtown Line Private Limited have been losing money for the past few years. But why was SMRT so profitable in the earlier years? There were many reasons. In 2015, the mean kilometers between failures, or MKBF, for the Singapore rail network was 133,000 train kilometers. In June 2020, 5 years later, MKBF was an amazing 1.6 million train kilometers, a 12-time improvement. The dramatic improvements were due to the hard work of public transport workers, MOT, and LTA. However, such improvement would not be easy to achieve, if not because of the new Real Financing Framework, or NRFF, that came into effect after 2016. Without going into the technical details, the NRFF allows the train operators to shift the revenue risk to LTA. This was especially crucial during the COVID-19 pandemic, when the ridership plunged, and so were the fare collection. The question is whether LTA is prepared to take on the full revenue risk, just like the bus contracting model. This is so that the train operators can concentrate in operation excellence at the lowest possible cost, without worrying about fare revenue collections and fluctuation. If so, will the government have to subsidize the train operation even more, or charge a higher fare? If not, could we maintain our excellent MKBF records? I know it's a very fine balance, but as a responsible government, we have to make tough choices and not kick the can down the road for the next generation. Thank you.